Hey YouTube. Okay, vlog 2. This is again take 3. I can't just get these vlogs at all. But I did promise it was going to be unscripted, so I've still not wrote a script. Thank you so much for everybody who's viewed the first one. It was absolutely fantastic response. It was great. So much so that I put extra special effort into finding a good location for you today. So today we're at Souq Sharq, which is to the north of Kuwait City. Sharq in Arabic actually means north. I've been learning a bit of Arabic. So it sits at the north of the city. It's on the front. It's got a beachfront for the Arabian Gulf. Very, very picturesque. And there's some yachts in the background. This is by no means the biggest collection of yachts. Kuwait's got yachts everywhere. But it's a lovely wee bay. It's a really nice area and it's quite quiet. So I hope I'm not disturbing too many people with my ramblings on a vlog. So when we caught up yesterday, we spoke about how when you get to the stage where you realise there's something wrong, there's something missing and you're not wanting to do what it is you're going to do. Now I fully appreciate there are lots of ways that you can change your life, and please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that setting up a business is the only way to go. It's just the only one that I know anything about. So let me talk to you about what happened when I realised. As we were discussing yesterday, very quickly got to the stage where I knew that what I was doing wasn't for me. And the reason that I knew it wasn't for me, this is what happens when you realise it's time to make a change. Your brain is inbuilt with this programme of how your life should be. And whether that comes from nature or nurture, whatever your views are on that, it's instilled in you when you're young, certain values and certain morals and certain ways of which your life is going to look. And to me, the blueprint was I was going to be successful, I was going to have a great career, I was going to not have to worry about money, I was going to live in a nice house, I was going to have nice things, and none of that was happening. This was instilled in me because my mum and dad always told me when I was younger that I could do anything I wanted to do. And I was really lucky that they instilled that in me, because certain people get another blueprint. There's people who get a blueprint of a life of crime, or an expectation of a life of drugs, or an expectation of a life of poverty, and I didn't have any of that. So when I was living a life which I was unfulfilled and I was unhappy with, and I didn't have nice things and I didn't have the career that I wanted, my brain freaked out, and it doesn't know how to handle not being aligned to what your blueprint is, what your DNA says that you should be doing. The other way that you can use this to your advantage is you can change what you're doing by believing the reality that you should be living. I'm going to say that again because I've probably said it wrong. Okay, so your brain has this idea of the way that you should be, how your life should look. You have a vision of what it should be. And you're waking up in the morning and you open your eyes and it's not happening. You have an expectation that you would enjoy your job. You have an expectation that you'll have a good social life, and it's not happening. One way that I dealt with that was to start bringing in just small daily rituals to get me closer to where I wanted to be than to where I was right now. So for example, I was not a successful career person, I was not a successful business owner, and I wanted to be. So I read books about people who were successful business owners, and through following their story and seeing what they did, I started to implement some of the habits into my life. So I was waking up in a crappy flat in Paisley, I was meditating, I was going out for a run for 30 minutes, and I was reading a book of a successful entrepreneur, because in the book that I was reading, that's what they said the successful entrepreneur did. And the only difference I could see between their life and my life was the things that they were doing on a daily basis. So I started bringing in daily habits which they did in their lives and brought them into my life and started to kind of act a wee bit more like them. And I really think that's what made the turning point. Like I've mentioned before, and like I will mention again, I did not know what it was that I wanted to do. I just knew what I didn't want to do. So you don't have to have this clear vision of where you're going to go. You don't have to have this absolute exact foresight of what kind of business you want to have or what business you want to be in. You just need to know what you don't want. And if you know what you don't want strong enough and you move away from that, that's when you start moving towards something else. So what happened when I started moving towards this other thing was I started thinking about things I hadn't thought about before. I started meeting people who I hadn't met before, and I started being aware of things that I hadn't been aware of before. And whether you believe it or not, the universe will move out of your way, the world will move out of your way, your whole social situation will move out of your way to accommodate what it is that you're going after as soon as you realise you're going after it. And the only way to realise you're going after it is to realise what you don't want to do. So I think the one small thing I would give you to focus on just now is, don't worry if you don't know exactly what you want to do. Think about where you want to be, what you want to be waking up in the morning and doing, and I think that will be something that we'll do tomorrow, the kind of perfect day exercise, which is a brilliant goal setting exercise. Think about what you want to be doing tomorrow, and think about what you don't want to do, and look at all the attributes and all the things involved in doing what you don't want to do, and try and get rid of as many of them from your life as you can, and try and bring in some of the habits of doing what you do want to do. For example, I did not want to be getting drunk every weekend, watching reality TV non-stop, not socialising. I didn't want to be skint, and I didn't want to be working in a job I hated. So I stopped doing a lot of those things. I stopped watching TV and instead I read books. I stopped going out drinking and instead I read books, went running, went to the gym, brought in productive habits, and I know that sounds crazy, but it makes all the difference in the world. So tomorrow I think what we're going to do is we'll go through the perfect day exercise, which is an absolute game changer, so that you can actually begin to get an idea of exactly what business it is you want to have, exactly where it is you want to go with that. And then towards the end of the week we will start talking about how to make the leap, how to tell your boss that you're not coming back and how to deal with all of the conflicts, frustrations, worries and anxiety that will throw up in your life. Thank you so much for listening today. I'm going to leave you with another shot of the yachts from such a beautiful place, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Okay, cheers guys, have a good one, bye.